Welcome to the tutorial for Alpine Stitch. I'm going to teach you how to crochet this beautiful textured crochet stitch. Start by chaining a multiple of 2 stitches and then work a double crochet into the 3rd chain from the hook. Row 1 is a setup row, so you're not going to repeat that when you're repeating rows later. I'm just going to show you how I do a couple of double crochets, then you're going to repeat that until you finish row 1. Notice how I'm working the double crochets into the back bump of the chain instead of the chain itself. This is to create a nicer edge. Finishing up row 1 with a double crochet into the last stitch. And this is how it looks after 1 row. And we're ready for row 2. Start with chain 1, counting as the first stitch. Then do single crochets into each and every stitch across the row. For this stitch repeat, every other row are only single crochet stitches, so it's super simple. And we've finished row 2. Ready for row 3. Start with chain 2, counting as the first double crochet. Then we're going to do a front post double crochet in the stitch directly below the double crochets from row 1. So we're skipping the single crochet row to create that front post double crochet. Then we're going to double crochet into the next stitch. Notice how we're kind of skipping 1 stitch because we did the front post double crochets below. So we're keeping the same stitch count. Let's do another front post double crochet in the stitch directly below. So it's 2 rows below to be exact. So front post double crochets in 2 rows below. Then double crochet into the next stitch. You're going to repeat that until you reach the end of the row. At the end of the row, and with a front post double crochet, then a double crochet, and then a final double crochet into the last stitch. So notice that you have 2 double crochets in a row at the end of row 3. You can see it clearly now. And we've finished row 3 and we're starting to see the texture appearing. And we're ready for row 4, which is a simple row. It's exactly the same as row 2. Chain 1, counting as the first stitch, and then single crochet into each and every stitch until you reach the end of the row. Finishing up row 4 with a single crochet in the last stitch. And this is how it looks on the wrong side. And then this is the right side. We're ready for row 5. Start with chain 2, counting as the first stitch. Then double crochet into the next stitch. This double crochet is directly above the first front post double crochet from the previous row. Then do a front post double crochet into the double crochet 2 rows below. It's the stitch directly below it. Then double crochet into the next stitch. And front post double crochet into the double crochet 2 rows below. Showing you one more time where the double crochet is. So this is what's creating the texture, the fact that the front post double crochets and the double crochets on rows 3 and 5 are not placed on top of each other, but off to the side by 1 stitch at each time. To finish up row 5, you're going to continue to repeat 1 front pass double crochet into the double crochet directly below, and then a double crochet into the next stitch. At the end of row 5, remember to do a double crochet into the last stitch. And now you've finished the pattern. And I'm just going to show you a couple more rows because there's a typical thing happening with this stitch, making it curl. So I'm going to show you that. So just do a repeat of row 2 on row 6. Finishing up row 6 with only single crochet stitches. And now you can see how it's curling. But we can solve that by doing the front pass double crochet stitches a little bit different. So chain 2 counting as the first stitch. Now we're going to do the front pass double crochet a little bit different. Notice how I'm pulling up to create the front pass double crochet. And this is what could help solve the problem with the curling. Then do a double crochet just as normal. Then do the front pass double crochet, pulling the yarn up a bit. Right here. So if you find it curling a lot for you, just do the front pass double crochets a little bit looser. And I'm just finishing up row 7, and I'm going to show you how it looks after 7 rows. For the repeat row 2 to 5 to finish this stitch. Thank you so much for watching this Joy Motion Crochet tutorial. Have a nice day.